PPF. We're gonna be talking about PPF. Oh, you're recording. PPF. Wait, that's YMCA. I want to stop singing. So today we're gonna be talking about paint protection film. PPF in nature, they kind of look like this. And I have a lot of different types here, but this is the clear version. And if you look, it has a top coat in the top and it's adhesive right here. And it's super sticky and it's actually installed through wet application. And what that means is once you get this, you want to get a surface like my coffee cup and you use water like that and then you put it on it, and that was what we call slip solution. And then you use a squeegee like this to get the water underneath, and that you can see is super clear. And now my coffee cup is protected. So that's really the main point of this, is to protect your vehicle. And this was actually introduced during the Vietnam War for helicopter blades, and now it's been used for NASCAR, and now to protect your Teslas. So why would you even consider getting PPF? So the main reason is to protect your car from scratches, scuffs, and other things, because it is a pretty thick film over your vehicle. Not only that, but if you get the clear version, it's super glossy, so it brings out the shine. It also protects from, bird poop, bug guts, and all. It's also easier to clean. And for some of the newer film, it actually even has a ceramic coating, or a coating that has hydrophobic properties. It has self-healing ability, so if I scratch it, it will heal over time with heat. You could even change the whole look of your vehicle. So instead of looking super glossy, you could flatten the look and have a matte or satin look. And most recently, there's a lot of colors you can choose from. So there's like yellow, there's like carbon fiber. This is kind of cool, but it's called Damascus from S-Tech. You got red. So there's a lot of options. So now you don't have to color wrap and add PPF. You could actually do it all in one. So how is PPF installed? Simply put, the first thing that you have to do is do a very, very heavy decontamination. So that can start from obviously washing the car, removing iron, clay barring, and prepping it for the surface. And then after that, it is important, we like to do a paint correction. And what that means is just taking out some of the scratches and swirls before putting the film on. After that process, applying the film is pretty simple. As far as the way it works, you pretty much spray with slip solution, and then after that you put the film on, and then for some areas we use something called tack solution. It's typically either water or water with alcohol solution, and then that actually tacks the film and it's like a permanent tack, right? And then after that you use a squeegee like this, and then you get all the water and the soap solution out, and that will actually bond, and after several days it'll really be aggressive onto the film and you really can't see it. So what should you cover on your Tesla? We actually recommend most people to do the front and side rocker package rather than the full. There's a big price difference between the two, just the amount of labor. So what the front package typically is like the hood, the fender, the front bumper, the mirrors, and then also the headlights and fog lights. Those are your number one high impact area. The rockers is another part that you really want to protect. So that area is super thin. Our cars are pretty freaking fast. So as you do the 0 to 60, you're gonna get a lot of rocks coming up to that area and chipping it. If you want to protect your full car, that's also your choice, and that's great. It'll just take a little bit longer and it might cost you a little bit more money. If you have kids or you have a lot of passengers in the back seat, we actually have a lot of interior do-yourself protection kits as well. Like the seat backs, the door kickers, the door seals, and etc. You can also purchase this at testbros.com. So for most installations, there's going to be two ways that you can install. One is going to be bulk and one is going to be template. Bulk is using a sheet of film and then pretty much putting it across the area that you're going to be wrapping, and then after squeegeeing it, you would actually cut it. So that takes a lot more practice. On the other hand, a template is cut by a computer and it's exact fit. Typically it doesn't go over every single edge, but that also means you have a faster turnaround. So we actually use a combination of both. For example, like the hood, we always do bulk. And then for like the fenders, we have a modified version of our template. So we like to try to find the best balance for our customers as well. So it's actually normal for not every single edge to go over. For us, for example, we go over the edges for like the hood, some part of the fender, wherever we think we can do without failing. Then that's the main thing that shops need to think about is they could possibly go over an edge, but is it gonna last? So we try to find that perfect balance between lasting and also looks. As an industry standard, it is actually normal for things to go like right by the edge, and it's because if you go just a little bit over, the chances of failing and lifting up is going to be much higher. So that's actually standard. If you look at templates, they go right to the edge, and that's why I've modified like the templates so that I do get over the edge for some areas like the fenders. Some people go over the edge every single area. They're definitely a lot better than I am, and that's bad. The level and expertise that they're at is pretty amazing. So, but you're probably going to be paying a lot more and top dollar. So for paint protection film, you can install pretty much any car, but the main thing that you have to watch out for is it needs to be good OEM paint. For example, like aftermarket paint or, you know, like a repainted surface, a lot of times it doesn't bond as well and it'll pull off the paint or the clear coat, and that's going to be an issue. The other thing is, if you are thinking about ceramic coating your car, do that after you put PPF. If you put ceramic coating and then try to PPF it, it'll be very difficult for it to stick, and most shops won't do it until you take the ceramic coating off. You can actually install it over vinyl, and it'll protect the vinyl and it'll keep your vinyl a lot longer and fresher. As far as how long it takes to install, it takes about 2 to 3 days typically for a front install. And that's our timeline, just because after we install, we want to make sure that it's to our quality and standards. And then if you do a full, it can take between 5 days to 10 days, depending on the shop, help, and all that stuff. So later on, if you do decide to remove it, removing is a professional removal typically, but if you were to do it, the main thing is to use steam, and then that'll actually loosen up the film, and then you pull towards you, and then it'll get it off, and it should not damage your paint if it's OEM. You just need to do it very carefully and slowly. Most films will last between 5 to 10 years, and even the main manufacturers like 3M, XPEL, S-Tech, they all have a 10-year warranty from yellowing and cracking and stuff like that. So back in the day, it used to yellow and crack, and that looked awful. I've tried removing it, and that's probably the worst thing I've ever done. It's not supposed to happen. If it is, find a new film. So is PPF do-yourselfable? I think so, absolutely. You just need really good instruction, and it's really good to have buying a kit or a template when you're a beginner. It takes sometimes years to really master this craft. So anytime you can get a template, it should help a lot. We are working on our own do-yourself front kit for the Model 3 right now, and we have been for a little bit. So we're really excited to launch that, so stay tuned when it comes out. There's a lot of brands out there, especially right now. There's, we use 3M, there's XPEL, there's Hexus, there's Avery, there's S-Tech. Those are some of the ones that we have some experience with, but for the most part, for our installs, we use Avery and S-Tech. So pricing is kind of all over the place, but the main thing that you want to look at is the location. So if it's super high real estate, expensive places, it's going to be pretty expensive. And if you are in an area that is not as expensive, it'll be a little bit cheaper. And also it depends on the level of expertise and what kind of install you're going to get and the complexity. But typically for a front, you're really looking at in the $2,000 range with rockers perhaps. And then for a full, it can go from about like 55 all the way to like 8,000, and some places even go higher. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, please subscribe to our channel. We're coming out with videos every single Monday. And if you have any questions about paint protection film, make sure to comment below.